Hi everyone, this is Neftalí Román again. Welcome to my channel. Today we're in Puerto Vallarta in the neighborhood well known as Versalles. Versalles is a very beautiful area, and today I'm with the one and only Troy Houck, right, from Moxy.
Yes.
Okay, so today we want to discover, we want to get deep into mortgage and loans, because a lot of people in the States, and not only in the States, in Mexico also, they're very afraid and they want to know about, can I get a loan because I want to invest in the property in Puerto Vallarta? Or not only in Puerto Vallarta, probably
all over Mexico.
All over Mexico,
Yep.
right? So today, if you are watching this video and we did not answer your questions, or we don't answer your questions, please send us a message and we will get into it. Troy, please
Yes.
introduce yourself.
Yes.
I know you are very, very knowledgeable in this area. I'm a rookie in this, so please walk me through all this and welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Again, my name's Troy Houck. I'm with Moxy. We're here, like you said, in Puerto Vallarta, and we're excited to sit down and answer some questions, answer some of your questions I'm sure that you have. So let's roll.
Okay, you are from the States?
I originally, yes, I live in Phoenix, Arizona, but I'm down here in Puerto Vallarta for an extended period of time. Kind of tough to leave. You're gonna probably have to kick me out of here because I'd love to stay here for a considerable amount of time.
Okay, so let's get down into business.
Yes.
Okay, loans, mortgage. Okay, who is eligible to get a loan?
Yep. Moxy provides mortgage financing for U.S. citizens and permanent residents. So yeah, primarily U.S. citizens is our market. Yeah.
Okay, very good. A lot of people is afraid to invest in Puerto Vallarta, not only in Puerto Vallarta, in Mexico. Are they? What are the biggest questions, the biggest fears of the customers that you have in the past?
Right. So the question we get a lot is, do we own the property? And yes, you do own the property. Fideicomiso is held at a bank trust, which is re-upped every 50 years. So, and we use the property as the collateral, just like we would in the States. So it's very similar, very similar as it is in the States.
What's the process? What do they need?
Yeah, just again, if I keep saying just like in the U.S., what I'm trying your viewers to connect the dots, so you can kind of see as you've purchased in the U.S. How similar it is. Just like in the U.S., it's U.S. credit, U.S. income, and U.S. assets. Put it all together to see what you qualify for. Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Yes, just like if a conventional loan in the U.S. Very similar.
Is there any different types of loans, or?
We offer just your standard 15, 20, 25-year fix, even a 30-year fix as well too. Okay. Again, based upon that income, credit, and assets.
All right. I like
and
it.
at the same time, once you've owned your property and you're looking to take cash out of it, because we have a lot of individuals who come down and pay cash, we can do a refinance. Again, identical to the States. It's 60% loan to value. You take cash out and on a fixed product.
Okay. All right. What are the requirements that anybody needs in order to get the loan?
Again, to be able to qualify for it, we've got to make sure you're not going to extend yourself. We want to make sure that it's a good loan for you. At the end of the day, we have to make sure that the loan is a positive loan for the buyer. And one other thing I'd like to throw in there too, which is a huge piece, you have tax deductions on our product. You'll receive a 1098 at the end of the year, just like you would in the States, so you could deduct that interest on your U.S. taxes.
Oh, sweet. So basically, where you saying everything is like based in the States, requiring like the same in the States, but you ask it is in Puerto Vallarta.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
All right.
Fund in U.S. dollars, just like you would in the U.S. Closings happen here in Mexico, in the region or the city that you'd be closing in as well too.
Now that you're saying closing, how long normally takes?
Great question. We like to say 60 to 90 days. We go pretty deep on the properties. We do title searches, appraisals, and that can take a little bit longer in Mexico. depending on the municipality. Some move a little bit quicker than others. So patience, right? Patience. It's a longer process, but I am your go-to throughout the entire process. If you have a question at 4 a.m. on a Sunday morning, I'm going to answer it at 4:01 on Sunday morning. That's just how we go all the way through.
I got to tell you one thing about that. Every time I text you, send you a message, boom,
Instant.
you're right there, man.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's from, I got that from working in the banking industry for years. That's how I earned their business, because they had a question from 2 or 3 hours away in another city. Troy, a reason we send you business is because you answer your phone. So I just brought that along with me. So.
I'm telling you this because I have
Appreciate
not only with you, right, but in other businesses, when you need an answer like right away, it takes like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. And I'm one of those guys also, like, I'm not leaving my phone, but when normally somebody asks me something, I gotta be quick. I want to be quick, like emails or messages or calls.
Yes.
I want to be there right on time, because you don't know what's on the other side, and people maybe need it right on the spot, right?
Yeah.
So I want to be as much help as I can. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No matter what it is. I mean, this is a big purchase. We get it. It doesn't matter if it's $250,000 or $3 million in loan amount. It's a big purchase, and knowing that your loan officer has also purchased and is also financed in Mexico, and understands your questions and your concerns throughout it, having a quick response via email, via WhatsApp or text, I think is a big yes.
At the end of the video, I'm going to put all your information, also mine, right? Some people can contact you directly if they want, right? I have no problem with that. Normally, how long it takes for people to get pre-approved?
Great question. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's if they hypothetically, today is Saturday, the 14th. If I got a call this afternoon and they wanted to, we went through the normal questions and answers, and they wanted to move forward, I could have your loan approval by Wednesday, Thursday of this next week.
Let's say 3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days, somewhere in that range. Sometimes a little bit longer, sometimes a little bit shorter, just depends on how busy we are.
I'm asking you this because if people get pre-approved and then they want to buy a property, most of the properties in Puerto Vallarta are purchased on cash, right?
Correct.
So they got to be like fast.
Correct.
If you're using a credit, sometimes it takes a little bit longer.
Right.
And I'm telling you this because it happened in the past to me. Like, I have these clients that they want to buy this property, right? And they are in the process of be pre-approved.
Right.
And then they pre-approved, right? And then we put an offer, right? And then we put the offer, and then somebody come over with a cash offer,
right?
And they said, like, see you later, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do in those cases to secure the property?
We try and start early before a buyer jumps into a realtor's car and drives around and looks at different properties in the U.S. or down here. You want to be pre-approved, right? You want to be pre-approved first. So we call it the golden buyer. You have that pre-approval in hand, so when you walk into that second or third or first property, boom, you're ready to go. That way you don't have to wait for that 3 or 5 or 6 day delay, and you're ready to go. And the seller knows that you're ready to go and you're on your game.
And also the realtor.
The realtor, yes, of course, the agents, yes.
It's a lot of waste of time sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
it is,
oh my
absolutely.
God, right?
And we get that too. I mean, a lot of our buyers are very affluent. They're a lot of self-employed, but they don't always qualify as much as they think they qualify because they have tax deductions, because there's multiple mortgages, there's just other things that they have that they're not telling you on the phone until you get down and dirty. So having that pre-approval is key.
It's key. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, it happens to me in the past, and sometimes it's a nightmare. But when you already know all this information, you know the process, so you can inform your clients, so they can take an informed decision. So they can go ahead and say, okay, this is the path that I got to go through.
Right.
So this guy knows, he has experience, so I'm going to go with it. Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Love it.
I'm not sure if I asked you this before the video, but the people that it's eligible to get a loan, it's only U.S., Canadians,
no
Mexican Americans, residents, who?
It's U.S. citizens and permanent resident alien, permanent residents.
Okay, just those.
Correct. We don't have the Canadian product yet.
No Mexican product yet.
Correct.
Okay, only the U.S.
Fund in U.S. dollars, U.S. citizens, permanent residents.
Perfect. Okay, so very important. A lot of people ask me this questions like, okay, so I have to be in Puerto Vallarta. I'm living right now in Dallas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in Puerto Vallarta 2 weeks ago. I fell in love with everything. I fell in love with the mountains,
Right.
the ocean, the food, the people, and I think the investment right there is it's key, and I want to do it. So
Yeah.
I have to go back to PV, or should I just call Troy
Right.
and pre-approve? I don't think we can do this. Can we do this remotely? Like,
Yes, so everything can be done through the internet. I've been in the loan business a long time, 26 years. And in 2001, 2002, that's really when it started. I'd have people down the street from me wanting to do a loan, and we did it through the phone. But now it's just so much more sophisticated with Zooms and everything. So yes, it's all done through the internet, through over the phone, through the computer. Unless you're here in PV and you'd like to have me come and sit with you, not a problem. Can absolutely 100% do that. But yes, to answer your question, 99% of it's done through.
okay, so you won't hate being in PV by any chance?
No,
right?
yeah, people love it. And the one, on a personal level, if you don't
Yeah.
mind, one reason I've come back here a lot, and this is before I started doing loans in this area, is that, if you can see it, the mountains. It's the green, big, beautiful mountains that meet the ocean. And there's so much to do up there. The hiking's incredible, the zip lining, the rappelling, the water slides. And it's just, there's just so much that goes on.
Yeah.
The culture, there's so much to offer here. So when you can connect both of those, a property you love and the culture and the things to do, golden.
Yeah.
Personally, probably the best place in Mexico, in my opinion.
If you weren't doing this, would you see yourself having a taco stand at the boardwalk selling some tacos? What kind of business would you do down here?
Kind of
Tacos.
business would I do? Probably so. I eat a lot of tacos. I make a lot of my own food. I can't help it. I would have a gymnasio. I've been in fitness for forever, 37, 36 years. So I would probably buy into and own a gym.
By the way, what's your favorite taco stand or your favorite?
It's
place?
can I drop names?
Yeah.
It's Pancho's Tacos in Zona Romantica. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you have to go. Another one too, pizza. Los Muertos.
Yeah.
Los Muertos
Hey, Los
pizza is
Muertos.
amazing.
Send us a pizza.
Sí,
Free
sí.
commercial for you. Yeah.
Los Muertos and Pancho's Tacos.
I've been in PB for 24 years almost, right? My kids, my two younger kids born and raised in PB. But you mentioned before, there's a lot of things to do in Puerto Vallarta.
Yes.
And I haven't done.
Oh, the great.
It's so many things to do, man.
Yes.
The rivers, the mountains,
Yes.
the ocean. Like you say, the people. That's what I like the most. Like the people, the food, the
Yeah.
color, the culture. Like right now, Monday is going to be 16th of September, Dia del Grito.
You see.
So right now, if you go to the boardwalk, it's a big horse parade.
Okay.
It's beautiful. So every time in Puerto Vallarta, there's something going on, and it's just amazing how the culture merged, like you know, every time, and it's just beautiful, man.
It is.
Yeah.
And take in, if you're here for an extended period of time, take in trying to speak the language. I don't know. I'm still working on it, but we try. We try and speak.
Okay, going back again to business, I don't want to make this video too long because I know in this there is so many questions.
Yeah.
There is a lot to digest, and people will have so many more questions than the ones that we're going to cover today. But I want to ask you, what is like the advice that you will give to anybody that is thinking to buy a property in Puerto Vallarta?
Yeah.
What is like
biggest
key?
advice? Reach out and schedule a call. So we can do a discovery call. So we can answer all of your questions. I can run numbers right there for you. And I've done it long enough to where I could potentially just kind of pre-qual you just from a good conversation and just go from there.
I will have to redo or do like probably 5 different series of videos in order for me to cover everything about this, which is so much. But I wanted to reach out today with you and Moxy, and because Moxy is working with Cowell Banker, where I belong, right? And we've been having a great time. He's always on time, answering questions, and everything goes very smooth. Of course, there is more companies, but Moxy, it's like the top for us. It's like you are the one with us. Like when people ask, like, let's go with Moxy, and we avoid a lot of headaches.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's the truth.
We try and keep it, the process, just like in the U.S. I know I said that multiple times, you know, it's, and we're doing loans, transactions like nobody else. There's no other real competition in the entire country, and there's only 4, maybe 5 companies out there, but we're the only ones doing what we do.
I have a couple more questions. Like,
Sure.
What is like the minimum?
Good question.
The minimum that they can.
Yeah. So we keep our minimum sales prices at $350,000.
All right.
Our minimum down payment is 35%. So if you do the numbers, that's $227,500 would be your minimum loan amount.
All right.
Maximum loan amount, about that 2.5 million range.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
And they must have what do they have to put as down payment?
35%.
35%. Okay.
Correct.
Very good. Very
There's
good.
closing costs on top of that, between 5 and 10%. I know that's a big number to swallow. But one thing to keep in mind that we do in the States a lot is the sellers can pay up to 6% of your closing costs, called seller concessions. That is a huge piece. It makes a massive difference because yes, there are closing costs and they are more expensive here, but there's just more closing costs per file, bottom line.
Okay, very good. So we covered that. What is the minimum amount, maximum amount, the down payments, right?
Interest rates?
Interest rates.
Interest rates are competitive. Try not to drop the actual number because it can fluctuate just like it does in the US, but we're sitting at anything between 7.5 and 9.5 on a fixed long-term product, no prepayment penalty.
Great.
Credit score is a major thing. Credit score is a big piece of that pie.
Yeah,
that
okay.
pricing.
They can apply for a condo, house.
Yep.
What else? That's
Yep.
it?
Condo, house, your regular resale, or we're also working with some developers to do some pre-construction. That's for another video.
All right.
That goes pretty deep. We don't do construction loans, but as long as the buyer has at least 35% into that pre-construction during the course of construction, then we'll fund that. We'll fund the remainder at the end. That's the easiest way to explain that here.
Very good. Oh, okay. So I think we want to wrap this up.
Sure.
Troy, thank you very much. I'm sure this is not going to be the last time we want to shoot video because there's so many to cover. If you have more questions about this, please reach out. You're going to have my information right there. Can you tell us your info?
Yeah, it's you can go to Moxi Global, Google Moxi Global. My name is Troy Houck. You'll be able to scroll down and you'll find the team members, and you can send me an email, which is my first name, Troy, period, HOUCK, at Moxy, MOXI.global, GLOBAL. There's no .com or .mex. If you want to reach out directly, 424 area code, 428-1558. 424-428-1558. And yes, if you want to try me at 4 a.m. on a Sunday,
let's do
expect
that.
a return at 4:01.
Thank you very much for everything, man.
Bless you, brother.
It's a
Appreciate
pleasure.
you, man.
Yeah. All
Thank
right.
you.
See you next time.